Hello, hello, hello. Oh, put the old painting cap on. Let's get this right. Crikey, it's been a long time since I've done this, so I have no idea if this is working yet. Let me check some stuff. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. And let me know if you can hear a bit of background music. If the background music's a bit quiet, give me a shout and I'll turn up a little. Turn up a little bit. Turn up a little bit. Oh. So let's turn that mic a little bit. Sounds good. That's good to hear. Nothing is signed in. This is always good. Let's sign into some stuff. Hope everyone's good and well. So we are going to be painting tonight. I'm just trying to get I forgot how much stuff I need to set up to get things working. I need to bring the chat up, but Janga Nation, I can see you there. Retro Skelly, William. Hello, hello, hello. I haven't really advertised this stream anywhere because it could be disastrous, but we're going to give it a go. Why can't I do another tab? Something very peculiar is going on. Yeah, 1 second. We will get started in a second. Sorry, I am faffing. Well, I shouldn't be faffing, but I haven't used this setup in such a long time. It's gone a bit screwy. Yeah, so the plan is we're going to be trying to paint some orcs. So I've never had an orc kill team before. So I have these guys, and I would like to do a kill team for them. So I have a bunch of these boys, like burner boys and other bits and pieces. So, but they've been sat unpainted for quite some time. In fact, I did prime them all in green originally. Let me zoom in a little bit. They were originally primed in green, but then I've gone back and re-primed them in black with a white zenith on the top, so that I can crack on with some contrast paints. So yeah. Oh, that's good. Sounds like everything is working as intended. Great. Let me just do some stuff here. Let's go to channel dashboard. I can see everything that's going on in the channel. Over here, could go to YouTube. Let's go to there. This device is running incredibly slow. Sod it. I'll just read the chat from this window over here. Never mind. Yeah. So Nerdy Geezer, hello mate. We are painting some orcs today from 40k. Obviously, we are gonna get ourselves back into the rhythm of things so that I can take on your Dreadnought project that you sent me. But I haven't painted in such a long time. I'm a little bit nervous of actually doing it. So I'm surprised everything hasn't even got dust on it. So we need to get my oh yeah, I even forgot to clean my palette. So that's gone interesting. Wow. I won't show you what I'm looking at, but my wet palette is not ruined, but it's in need of some TLC. Let me put that somewhere. That's gonna need to dry. That's gonna need to dry out somewhere. Out there for now. Do I have? I should check this out before I started, really, shouldn't I? I need another sponge. 1 second. I can hear you fine. Background music is good. That's good. Everyone's okay. Right, give me a second. I just need to find something. Needed to find. You Star Gamer, hello mate. I'll let you imagine what's happened to my wet palette when it had water sat in it for about 3 months untouched. I think I might have started The Last of Us. There was some fungal growth on my wet palette that needs that'll need washing for sure. Ah, shit, hello mate. But I just need to bend this wet palette back into shape, and then we can kick off. Yeah, this was a bit of an impromptu one. I haven't painted in so long. I figured it was about time that I got back in the saddle, as it were. It nearly did, mate. I mean, it'll be all right. It just needs to be washed. Because even the wet palette sheet had kind of become part of the sponge, so it will be all right. It just needs to be cleaned. It's my bad. I shouldn't really leave it like after a painting session. I should really clean it out, but you know what it's like. You rush on to the next thing. Yes, James, Shiv is over on Twitch. He's just said hello. Right. He's bending back into shape now, so it's all right. Oh, right. So oh, nice. Well, James, you're counting as 2 watchers. That's you know. Right, we have a bit of water. We have a wet palette on the go. We have the music on. Everything seems to be right. Oh, let's actually try and put some paint on a model and see what happens. So, my hope is that these should be fairly fast. But we're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a go. So I've got some orc flesh paint. So we'll where do I need to be? I need to be about here when I'm painting. Okay, just trying to remember to hold the models on screen for once. I won't miss anything. Yeah. Well, in theory, James, you'll get to see it twice because YouTube does run about a minute behind Twitch, so you'll get to see everything twice. Lucky you. Oh, I didn't even use the painting handle. Okay. Right, so yeah, about there for you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. So because we've done the zenith on this, we're already getting our shadow, see? So the above green is already lighter than the lower green, so kind of what we wanted straight away. So that's why I decided to re-prime it. I used to paint on top of coloured prime, but I just don't like it. Never seemed to come off right, so. Yeah, YouTube is a bit delayed compared to Twitch. But yeah, I hope everyone's okay. Retro Skelly, I know you're in hospital, mate, but hopefully you're being seen, etc. Hopefully this stream can at least make some of the hours disappear. We'll probably paint for about 2 hours, I reckon. See how far we get. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions or anything, or you know, don't be afraid to shout. Well, if anyone's up to anything, it's always nice to know. If anyone's hobbying themselves or playing any games at the moment. I think there's some big Warhammer announcements in the next few days. I think there's a big Warhammer event coming up this weekend, so it'll be interesting to see what that produces. I would like a squig red. Let's go with, where's that corn red? Flesh, let's go flesh tearers red. Yeah, no worries, James. We'll do one and then I might start batch painting the others just for speed. Oh, does he? Oh, okay. I'll catch that up later. That'll be funny. Yeah, it's an odd one, isn't it? Whole Amico thing. For me, it's just the same as the Avocade and things like that, though. These are systems that I think are always going to be flash in the pans. I think I heard someone say it's going to sell more than the Wii U. And the Wii U sold 13 million. You know, everyone thinks the Wii U was a failure, which I guess in Nintendo's eyes it was a failure. But it still sold something like 13 million consoles. I don't care how good the Amico was, it wasn't going to sell 13 million consoles. It was going to sell to a bunch of gaming enthusiasts, and that's it. Got some of your favourite YouTubers in the thumbnail, is it? Shiv just said, yeah, looking forward to the Henry Cavill movie with, the Warhammer movie with Henry Cavill. That could be awesome, mate. It could be awesome. And the reason why it could be awesome is because he, I believe, is going to be like part of the creation, not just acting in it, but also part of the creation process. And he is a stickler for staying very close to source material and being true to the actual you know, history of it. So it will hopefully be the closest representation of 40k in a movie scenario that we've had. So yeah, who knows, man, who knows? It could be really cool. I mean, it's going to be a long time before we find out, because I assume but that's one of the reasons why he wanted to leave The Witcher, or did leave The Witcher, was because they wanted to move away from the actual source material, and he was not down for that. I would like some sort of leather brown. Yeah, Skelly, it'd be interesting to get your opinion on it, regardless of who's involved and you know, the guy and his history. Just look at the device purely on its merits and tell me if it was something you would be engaged with, because to me, I just was totally uninteresting. Regardless of anything else, you could not convince me that that machine was a worthwhile thing or investment or whatever. It just looks like trash to me. I'm no expert, but as a consumer, I wouldn't have touched it with a barge pole. I would like some. Yeah, I've got new paints I've never tried. So I haven't painted since the new contrast paints come out. So I've got about 30 paints here that I've never actually used from the new range of contrast. So I've got the original contrast, but this is like the second wave of contrast. So I need to be looking at them because I've not used any of them. So yeah. I've got some new purple, some new reds, greens, yellow. I need to try the yellow because the yellows are supposed to be really good. But I am going to just rely on some old favourites just because I know they work. So Black Templar, for an instance, is going to work. Yes, yeah, the Witcher was really good. I'll be interested to see how it plays out. The last season with Henry Cavill, and obviously, can't think of the name of the guy who's taking over, but it's going to be hard to not see Henry Cavill as the Witcher, you know, because he did that so well. It's not. It's the guy. It's the guy that plays Thor's brother, isn't it? Is it Liam Hemsworth? Oh, will do, mate. Will do. Thank you. No retrobate. I shall certainly check my messages, my friend. But yeah, I'm gonna just do that whole thing. That's gonna be like a bronze or a gold up there anyway. Yeah, so we'll see what a non-Henry Cavill Witcher TV series looks like. Yeah, that's it, Liam Hemsworth, that's it. Yeah. James, you should watch it. It's good. You know, lots of people that don't like things don't like it because there is a lot of focus on some of the other characters. It's not just about the Witcher, which I can understand. But you know, it's okay to give other characters a bit of time, a bit of limelight. I think it was good. Yes, Matt. I hope you're all right, buddy, and they've got you in somewhere by now. So hard. I haven't painted in so long. I actually don't know. Like I haven't got the feel of what I'm doing. I keep looking at the model and not knowing what to paint. So yeah, it's really weird. Well, this is quite a nice dark brown. This might go nicely on these kind of armor patches here. Definitely a paint how you feel kind of painter. I have to like look at it and go, yeah, that looks all right. Don't really have a plan set out for it. I'm gonna come back with like a brass color or something to do the metal on the boots and stuff. Where's my Corex white? Where's the? Oh, where's that gone? I'm missing a colour. James, if you are watching, you haven't got my white contrast paint, have you? If you're not watching, then don't worry about it. That's gone walkies. Where's that gone walkies to? Oh, thank you. You're checking. Good, good. Yeah. How's that gone? If not, we'll go with another shade of brown. But I quite like the effect that gives. Maybe a silicon grey might work. Okay, we need to move this down a little bit. Let's adjust it out a bit so get a bit more of a wider shot. There we go. It's the apothecary white, yes, James. Yeah, it's in a pot like this. It'll be a larger. It's like a wash pot. It'll say Citadel contrast on it. It's a white one. Have you got it? Unbelievable. Has my son been stealing my paints again? He's got it. Yeah, my son's been stealing my paints. Unbelievable. 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 Let's boo him when he comes on camera, everybody. Where is he? If I can see him coming down the garden. Come on, James. Here he is. Boo him, everyone. Boo, boo. Alright, you gonna come and say hello to everyone?
Yeah. You know, it's raining outside.
Oh, is it raining? Oh dear. Oh dear.
Someone played me.
Yeah, say hello to yourself. You can go backstairs now, yeah. What are you doing? Studying?
Yeah, there's a chemistry just finished.
Chemistry. Nice.
Really like these guys.
Oh, purple sniper, yeah. Oh, do. Yeah. Alright. Good stuff. Thanks for that. I know it's gone. Stop stealing my paints. Unbelievable. Oh, okay. You can buy your own pot now. Got more money than I've got. Yes, I'm going to do this kind of back luff, what do you want to call this? Pelt, I guess you'd call it, on his back here. It's kind of grey. Of course, you've got the wraps underneath here. Well, that's horrendously out of focus. Yeah. Although really, I should be putting more questions together for the quiz that's coming. I've already done majority of it. The quiz is almost in the bag as far as the questions and that go. See if I've got the level of difficulty right, or whether it needs to be toned up or toned down. Tetley, hello mate. Some old stuff you can still pick up, but yeah, really old stuff is still in lead. I've got lots of I've still got lots of lead miniatures. Games Workshop not so much anymore, but other companies still do, or whatever metal it is now. But metal miniatures, I'm sure that are lead free. I'm sure. I love metal miniatures. I'd much rather paint metal miniatures than plastic ones. I love the heft of a metal miniature. I like the details on them. I like that they can be used as a lethal weapon. Oh, nice, nice. Right, I would like, in a second, I'm gonna flip over to some, I won't be using contrast, I'm gonna flip over to some layer paints and get all these kind of bronzy bits. And then by that time, all of this contrast will have dried, and we can start to do some highlights and bits and pieces. Right. Yeah, I forgot that contrast paint tastes disgusting. Blah, 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 blah. Don't lick your brush when you got contrast paint on it. Shiv, been playing around with Unreal Engine 5 night. Oh, nice. As in doing some development stuff, Shiv. That would be freaking awesome. Need that bronze. Where is it? Ruin Lord Brass. This is the one. Oh, I forgot. I've got my little shaker. Where's my little shaker these days? I haven't used that in God knows how long. Has this got any charge? Has this got charge? Let's find out. It does. There you go. No more shaking them by hand. Just playing around with different environments. It's great for water effects and simulations. I use it when I teach myself some engineering, gives me a different perspective. when it comes to learning school stuff. Nice, that's awesome, man. Really cool. It's got some cool jewelry going on. Definitely feel very rusty. Even the paintbrush in my hand just feels a little bit awkward. What happens if you don't do something for a long time? It feels alien a little bit. I would like to get some projects done this year. I didn't paint much last year. I think I painted maybe 30 40 miniatures last year max. Normally I'm up in the 200 to 300 miniatures, so painted a really low amount this last year. I know what that was. I was well, I am very deep into the old retro stuff. I'm loving the Commodore 64 still and all of that. Yes, mate. Yeah. I could print. I mean, the largest thing I've ever printed is. Depends on how large you want, mate. I mean, that I've printed this. That's the size of it to my head. But this was very basic, so this was actually done on my FDM printer. If I was to do it on my resin printer, it would look a lot nicer. It's like a big iron golem type thing. It was actually a piece for a game called Volsung. Actually covered in dust now, but yeah, you could print something larger. It's so boring. The fact that it looks like absolutely beautiful, some like Star Wars Eclipse on Unreal Engine, looks too real to be true. Matt's got his Switch with him in hospital. That's good, mate. What's the game of choice, Matt? What you planning to pass the time? Yeah, I mean, really, Paul, anything is capable of being 3D printed, model-wise. It's all about, one, finding someone who's designed it, unless you're going to design it yourself, which is bloody hard. Or, and then if you have got something, working out how to print it, because it's likely, if it's large, it's going to have to come into some sort of sub-assembly type situation. So, splicing the model so that you can, you know, print it in parts and then stick it all together at the end. Because most, unless you've got a really big 3D printer, which obviously do exist, my resin printer, print characters like this fine in one go, but I wouldn't be able to print that robot in one go. So you'd print that, you know, parts of it. It depends how big you're going, you know. But yeah, really anything is possible. And with something like the Predator, that's super popular. So there is probably models out there where you can buy what they call the STL file of that model and then print it yourself. Yeah, I printed the Jinx on my resin printer. Oh, that's cool, man. Jinx is a cool character. I'd like a Jinx. You'll have to Shiv, if you've got that as a file, you'll have to send that to me somehow. I'd like to print the Jinx off. That show Arcane was wicked. I thought that was really good. I just said the word wicked. I'm so old school. I got 3 Switch games for Christmas: Snow Bros, Bayonetta 3, Zelda. Those are some good games, man. Bayonetta 3 is good. Hard to play on the Switch though, because if you play, I play on the big screen. On the Switch screen, there's a lot going on to see it just on the Switch screen. But Snow Bros is a brilliant game. James, I thought you were talking about the Pokemon. No, Jim, you should. On Netflix, there's a show called Arcane, and it's really cool. I have lost track of what I was doing. What was I doing? I was doing the gold bits around his neck. It's my fault. It's my fault you bought Snow Bros. Well, it was a good purchase, mate, because it is a good game. I didn't realize it's actually like a really expensive game to own on like the SNES and stuff like that. Does the music sound alright to everyone? It's not too loud or anything, is it? Just a bit of background. Oh, that's great. 15 quid on Amazon is yeah, it's not worth like, you know, £40 or anything, you know. It's not like a big title, but it is a fun arcade game. Right, I would like some Corax White. This is going to need a bit of a mix. Yeah, Shiv, if you can send me the STLs, that'd be amazing. I'd love to paint a Jinx on stream. That would be really cool. I'll have a look, Paul. I'll have a look, see if there will be a Predator model out there. I will have a look for you, mate. Galactic Fish Boy. Galactic Fish Boy, hello there. 30 seconds between its message, my mortal. What? It shouldn't be. Is it stopping you from walking quickly? That shouldn't be the case. Let me have a look. Oh, I think I had oh wow, yeah, okay, I've just turned that off. That shouldn't have been on. Sorry about that. I didn't realise that had been, I didn't turn that on, so I don't know why that was on. Oh, go crazy, guys, yeah. Post what you like. Apologies for that. I didn't realise that was turned on. Yeah, it's going to be my new, that's all right, Skelly. My new side business is writing C64 discs and printing models for people. I hear there's big money in it. Fun fact, your guts know what position they're supposed to be in. So a gut surgeon could just drop them back in you when they finish the guts and sort themselves out. That is a, if that's a fact, that's a fun fact. There's big money in getting money, that's for sure. Hobby Lodge Soft, yes, let's do it. Hobby Lodge Publishing. There we go. But I am going to hit this with a bit of a all-over wash, I think. To again, too clean, needs to be grimed up a bit. This is an orc, not a fancy boy. He needs to be a bit more grubby. So we're going to grub him up in a sec. This kind of whole thing, I'm going to try and use my airbrush on it to see if I can give it a glow or anything anywhere. So we're going to do that in a sec. If they stopped believing it was fast, it would stop being fast. It is only the belief that makes it fast. So they have to believe. They have to believe with all they can. They have to believe that the red makes it go fast. This squig is the fastest squig they know. Yeah. So it's time to let's grab. We don't want to go too dark. I want to go with a brown. So we'll go with the old favourite. The old Agrak third shade. Oh well, then I think that orc would be murdered. Okay, so that is kind of what I wanted to do with that. Now I'm going to just turn my Cheers Galactic Fish, thank you very much for popping in. See you soon. I'll turn my airbrush on so if you hear a load of vibration. But I would like, do I have like an electric blue boogaloo? What's this one? Frost Heart sounds good. I've never used this paint before. Here's a question: what happens if an every orc stop believing in anything? Oh, these are big questions. If they stopped believing in everything, I mean, they would be pretty underwhelming, right? Because these are big questions you're asking. These are, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm equipped to answer them. Have we missed that somehow the orcs are responsible for everything because of their belief in things? Everything exists? Maybe, mate, maybe. It's very possible. Well, there's some big 40k announcements coming up. Maybe that's going to be it. These are the true questions. They are. So my plan is to airbrush a very small amount on this staff to give it some electric kind of glow, with a little bit of overspray on other bits, so that it looks hopefully like it's glowing a bit. Take two, electric boogaloo. Exactly. We're on the same page. Galactic Fish Boy, you are coming up with some ingenious comments here. These are also my 13th reason why. Okay. What if the power outage happens on the Orc planet and they stop believing that electricity worked? You have clearly spent time thinking of this. You're beginning to sound like the you young people will know this, but the TikTok where it goes, why do we park in driveways and then drive on driveways or something? Oh no, then park, yeah, whatever it is. What's it called? It's we drive on parkways. No. We park on driveways, and then we drive on. Oh no, some bollocks. Anyway, there's a meme that does exactly what you're doing. You're thinking of the big questions that we can't answer. We don't know why things are happening the way they're happening. To explain, maybe. This is the big brain stuff. Right, shall we have a go at firing some blue paint at this model? I think so. So we get the old faithful out. We get the old Badger 105. That's it, Galactic Fish Boy. You are on the money, yes. Why is it called bacon if we can cook it? But they're called cookies if we bake them. That is exactly it. Oh dear, that does make me laugh. Now here's the real question. Cannot wait. Here we go, it's gonna hit us with a truth bomb. I'm waiting for this truth bomb. How did we discover what ingredients go together to make, let's say, cake? Well, I guess trial and error is what happened there. That could be my only answer to that is many, many years of trial and error. Here we go. So I'm just trying to create where the staff is kind of glowing. His body would also be lit up a little bit, just a little bit. That is probably enough. Shaco's and Sprue, is that, mate? It's been a while. I caught you live painting the minis. Yes, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, it has been a long time, to be honest. Too long. In fact, so long that I feel super rusty at it. That's how long it's been. I kind of felt the need to pick up the paintbrushes again and give it a crack. So I've had this kill team sat here for God knows how long. So I felt it was only right to get in here and pick up the paintbrushes again. So it feels like starting from scratch. But thanks very much for coming in and saying hello. Oh, I've missed another chat as well. Hang on a sec. Oh, let me just put some water in my thing. I want to offer for your channel followers. Oh, no, thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Doghype.com, nice. Yeah, bots. God bless them. God bless them, the old bots. You haven't missed a thing. Bots no longer use links, okay. Yeah, so we're just getting into the swing of things again. I'm not painting well, nothing's going as planned, but it's a case of pick up the paintbrushes, start putting some paint down on some things, and just see how it goes, you know. Don't overthink it. Hopefully it'll all come flooding back. Yeah, I think I might be. I am worried. I painted what's it called? Moonstone. The Moonstone game. I painted up a bunch of miniatures from that after UK Games Expo last year. So it's got to be at least maybe 6 months since I've painted anything, I think. Which does happen. I don't know. Yeah, I do find that, you know, you sort of paint loads and then you sort of take a break for a bit. You know, I think it is very easy to sort of get creatively burnt out on some of these hobbies. You know, and you definitely paint less. But I'll be honest, it wasn't even like I was painting less because I was then playing games. It's like you know, I was just doing other things. That's too fair. Too heavy. That's kind of why I like. I don't think I'll do any more big army stuff anymore. I do wanna play some of the skirmishing games. They are fun, and that's why. And kill teams are something you can sort of get down. You're painting something new each time because, you know, you're unlikely to paint the same kill teams over and over again. You get to try out different miniatures. You know. Actually, that orc skin hasn't come out too badly. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, because given I haven't painted orc skin in a long time. It's not too bad, not too bad at all. Right, let's grab a red then for this lovely little squig down here. At least all my paints didn't dry up in in my absence. Are you working on anything now, Shaco? Are you doing any projects or anything? I didn't actually ask you, Galactic Fish. You paint or anything? You doing any? Are you just surfing around channels, delivering your big questions? Well, we sound very similar, Shakos, in that respect. I've resisted buying it. I don't know if you've also done the same, but I've resisted buying anything new. I've done very well. Not many times has that happened, but I've just not bought anything because I have so much stuff that's either completely unstarted or half finished. And it was a case of, no, I need to, if I'm going to hobby this year, it needs to be get those existing stuff done. I've got so many existing projects and unpainted projects and all the rest of it. Has to be that stuff there. Stay strong. Stay strong. I even had a business trip up to Warhammer World in Nottingham, and afterwards they were like, "Hey, would you like a tour around?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, that'd be lovely." So I went for a tour, and then got in the shop afterwards, and I walked out of that shop without buying anything. Whoa, that was a toughie. Because there was a new Warcry box out, there was a few other boxes out that I was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind picking that up. I was like, nope, because we've barely played the one we've got. Which is my fault, my kids would definitely play, but yeah, lucky I got a free entrance because I was there on business, but I mean, they don't give anything away. People are like, oh, you must have got some free stuff. I was like, nah, they don't give anything away. Actually, no, not I have heard of that project, but no, that was not why I was there. I was there on a Google facility, a Google capacity. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny you say that. I have heard of that. That makes me laugh. It definitely sounds like it. Let's go with a grey. Where's a grey? That grey should do the trick. Yeah, hopefully I can get back into the rhythm of at least a painting stream a week. On top of all the other things. That's what I'd like to do. Ideally more. But if I can do one a week at least, I will get some projects done. My painting doesn't take very long. I don't like the colour of this squig's hair, so we're gonna go the colour. It needs a nice bright colour on it, I think. So we're probably gonna Corax white it so we can bring it back to a base, and then I'm gonna try out one of the new yellows because I've not used one of the new yellows yet. I'm itching to use one of the new yellows. Now, what the hell did I do with my Corax white? I didn't even put it down somewhere. I didn't use that one there, did I? I did. Maybe I did. Right, cool. We'll give him a nice shock of yellow hair. Then we've got Bad Moon Yellow. Let's give that a go, eh? That would be pretty awesome. So I bought all of the new. I had all the original contrast paints, and then they brought out a whole new load of them, which I bought all of them, but haven't used any of them. They're all brand new. Been sat here for about 6 months, and I have lots of fun new colours to try out. Right, let's try out this yellow. Is that dried yet? I think so. I think so. Alright, so let's have a look. Could be amazing or massively underwhelming. What do we reckon? What do we reckon? Actually, for a yellow, it seems to, for a very light, bright yellow, it seems to cover very well, actually. People didn't know, yellow is one of the toughest colours to paint, just because it shows everything through it. But actually, for a first pass, that is very good. Actually, I can't complain about that at all. One second, everybody. Hello.
Hey there.
All right.
Yeah. What's it called?
Sorry about that. I had to just drop off camera for a sec. Yeah, I'm definitely rusty, mate. But it's going all right, you know. This intimidates me so much. Sheep Whisperer, hello there. Welcome to the channel. This is. I am an amateur, mate. I am. Don't be intimidated by this. This is. Anyone can do this. There are people out there with crazy talents that make this look like a joke. Sheep Whisperer, welcome to the channel. I've not seen you before. So we're getting to actually probably sort of finishing touches on this one. For a tabletop level sort of paint job, I'm happy with where this one is ending up, to be honest. And also the first one I painted in 6 months or so, so yeah, I can't complain too much. Doesn't look I've only made a gunpla and I'm relatively new to the 40k world. Well, welcome to the world. Welcome to the 40k world. I am no expert. I paint and play mostly for my kids, and painted many big armies, but now I focus mainly on skirmish games, not just 40k, but games like Warcry, Moonstone, the other what's it called, what's the card, what's that called? I've got loads of kill teams, but it's the other Warhammer game. It's gone out of my head. The game has literally disappeared out of my brain. Shadespire. But yeah, all sorts of skirmish games out there is what I paint and play for. Oh no, is this a weird boy? Wild TV, hello there. Thank you for coming and saying hello. Very nice of you. Oh, Sheep Whisperer, thank you very much for subscribing to the YouTube channel. That's pretty cool of you. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, no, welcome to the world. Welcome to the 40k universe. Everything will come in time, mate. Just pick up the paintbrushes, start painting. I would definitely recommend looking at the contrast paints from GW for, you know, helping paint. But yeah, you just get used to it after a while, and don't worry about making mistakes. You can always go over things. You can go back and forth. That's my kids talking to my wife. But yeah, I think this is kind of ready. I'm going to paint the base black for now, just so I can call it done, but I am going to base it, so it'll get a textured base. Let me just turn that down a sec. For now, I'm just going to give it a black base, so it's got a... So there's a couple of options. If you mess up a small amount, just paint over it. Just work with it. Repaint the layer paint, or you know, most paints will go over each other pretty well, as long as you don't go too heavy. So paint thin layers, and then you can paint over them if you make mistakes. If it's really bad, you can strip the model. You can use sonic cleaner, like a jewelry cleaner. They're very cheap to buy. And then if you're in the UK, there's something called Clean Spirit in Wilkinson's, which works really well. You put it in sonic cleaner, drop the model in there, blast it for about 3 to 5 minutes. Don't go any longer than that. 3 to 5 minutes, and the paint just falls off. Reprime it, away you go. Or if you're in the US, I know it's very popular, is what's it called? There's a green one and there's a purple one. If you YouTube miniature painting or stripping miniature paints, there's two in the US that you can't get in the UK. Simple green is one in the US. That's it, simple green. And there is a purple one as well. Anyway, so you can do that, and that will strip a model back to its plastic, and then you can reprime it and all the rest of it. But yeah, just work with it. If you make a mistake, blend it into something else, or just paint over it. You know, keep the layer paints thin, and then you can go over things. I originally primed all of these guys green, and then I didn't like it, so I re-primed them. I didn't even strip it. So underneath this white and black is actually green. So I primed them black again, and then did white over the top. So you can get away with it. As long as you do it thin, you can get away with a lot. I would like an orange wash. Oh, that would do. We'll go with this one. We'll go with this one. But yeah, I would embrace your mistakes and just keep going with it. You start going, hello mate. Yeah, exactly. As Shaco just said there, 99% of the time, paint over it. Unless you get to the point where you just absolutely hate it and you don't want to do it, then you can strip it. But most people would just patch, repair, you know, use something like Corax white to bring it back to a base color, and then go over it with you know, something. I would tend to try and work it into the model so I don't have to restart from scratch. So I'm going to let this dry, and then we are going to hit it with a matte varnish. You start gamers back, hello mate. I assume everyone was watching the NES Punks update and all of that shenanigans. Another good tip, Games Workshop minis are expensive. If you're not confident, buy some cheaper minis, yes, or some second-hand practice on, yes. 100%. Games Workshop is not the only miniatures company out there. There are many miniatures companies that make fantastic miniatures, and if you have got access to 3D printer, then there are millions, and there are companies out there, especially for instance Orcs. I know Discourse Miniatures today or yesterday did a video. Yeah, if you search for Discord Miniatures, she did one on a whole new like orc range, which is pretty cool. Yeah, more YouTube dramas. I will catch up on the video for sure after this. It's too white, this glove. I tried to make it look like it was wrappings, but I think it's just too bright, so I'll tone it down a bit. But yeah, right, let's put some paints away. Let's get the airbrush out and matte varnish the miniature, and then we can probably call this little session done and hopefully successful. So let's put some stuff where it needs to go. Goes there, goes there, that goes up there. Well, I haven't done this for a while. I haven't packed away for a while. Oh yeah, I think that's the other yellow. Imperial, that's the one I wanted to try. Imperial Fist. Looks like a fantastic yellow. I'll have to paint a Space Marine with that Imperial Fist colour. See how it turns out. Looks good. Flesh Terrors, there's the brown. We've got Snake Bite, we've got the green, got the highlight green, got the grey, we've got the black, red, purple. I think that is it. Cool, right, let's put these to one side. And then I can show you the sort of end result. Right, I use this stuff. So this is AK Interactive's Ultra Matte Varnish. Just for a tip to people you don't know, but contrast paint does tend to dry a bit on the shiny side. So I like to put a matte varnish over it. Obviously, you could do varnishing to protect your miniatures as well, but I never really had much trouble with miniatures with paint coming off and stuff. But certainly with contrast paints, that looks like I need to shake that better. Yeah, certainly with contrast paints, I find that a matte varnish is fairly essential. Yeah, I think I've got the Vallejo one as well, Jaco, so I think but ever since I found this one, the one I use, And I think I started using it when I saw Gorilla Miniature Gaming. He uses it all the time, I think. AK Interactive, or actually no, he uses it. Is it another one he uses? There's another Ultra. I think he might use a different one, but someone was using this, and I sort of thought, oh, I'll give it a go. I wasn't exactly wedded to one of them. But I do find with contrast paints, it just brings it together a little bit. I don't know why, because it's only matting it down, but I find it just brings the miniature together a bit more. Yeah, the AK Interactive stuff does seem to go out of stock sometimes, especially on Amazon. Oh, throw the miniature. There we go. I think that's good enough. Right, I'm gonna give that a few minutes to dry. Turn the air pressure off. Have a little drink of my water before I stick paint in it. Did actually dip my paintbrush in it earlier, but it was luckily a clean brush. I didn't contaminate my water, but drinking a bit of paint water every now and then is not going to kill you. Probably. Oh mate, you could definitely get a 3D print of Skeletor, 100%. Well, there is actually a He-Man miniatures game, mate. So you can go down that road. There is already a game that exists that has He-Man miniatures in it. So yeah, you wouldn't even have to 3D. You wouldn't have to 3D print one if you didn't want to, mate. If you want to play the good excuse to buy a 3D printer as well. Yeah. Right, I'll bring the light in so you guys can see this. But yeah, so this was just over, we painted this for just about an hour and a half, I reckon. And this is where we ended up with. So I'm going to say it's okay. There's definitely some harsh lines that I wish it didn't have, and some other bits, but I think for an hour and a half for my first miniature back in the saddle for a tabletop paint job, it's all right. It's okay. I'm going to give it a rating of all right. It's all right. It will do. Remember, when you're playing your miniatures, especially for the Sheep Whisperer, you're never playing miniatures this close to your miniature. You're never looking at it this close. You know, if you pick up a lot of people's miniatures and stuck it under a magnifying glass, you would not be happy with it. Hold it about arm's length away, especially if you're a tabletop painter. Arm's length. If you think it looks okay at arm's length, you're good, because that is the distance in which you're going to see it. And most people call it the 3-foot test. But yeah, so that's what you want to do. But yeah, he's turned out right. So if I hold it down here a bit more, now you're a bit more further away with it. Some of those harsh lines disappear a bit more, and also do good basing. You know, stick some gravel down, get some tufts, get some rocks, get a bit of bark, whatever you want. Yeah, do good basing. That can also make up for, you know, maybe a not so great paint job. So I'd recommend that as well. These will get bases. I just haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. So once I've they'll probably go the same as this guy. So I'll probably go with like a dusty earth sort of paint job. So it's very similar to him. I painted this guy about a year or so ago, I think. So yeah, they'll go along with him. I think he looks all right. There we go. We painted a miniature. We're back in it. We're back in the saddle. It's 2023. We've managed to get a miniature done. Number 1. Woohoo! Celebration. We got a miniature done. Right. I am going to say goodbye. It is 9 o'clock, and I said I'd only stream for a couple of hours. So thank you to everyone who hung out. Yeah, thanks for Sheet Whisperer. Thank you very much for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Super helps. I do stream on both Twitch and YouTube, but I think it is the YouTube channel I'm focusing a lot of my time on now. So there's other stuff on the channel. There's video game stuff, retro video game stuff, board games, painting. I must admit the painting side of stuff has taken a bit of a back seat, but I would like to bring it back to the forefront, you know, get back into the swing of doing this on a more regular basis. So yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, we've got this whole other range to do. We've got so many boxes and boxes and boxes of miniatures and drawers of miniatures and all that sort of go. So there's loads more to be done. There you go. Look, Shaco's just put it there. Yes, Shadow Masters of the Universe Battleground. Yes, Archeon Studios. I nearly bought it. I nearly bought that at UK Games Expo, but I once again resisted. Retro Skelly, mate. I hope you get sorted out. You know, I know you're still in hospital. Yeah, I'll catch you all soon. All right, now I'm going to hit some buttons. Hopefully some stuff will happen, and I will see you next time. All right, bye bye.